story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome to the Extra, and thank you very much for being with us on UBC TV. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono. Now, this morning I have a very important ministry and that is the Ministry of Works and Transport. And we want to look at the mandate of the Ministry of Works and Transport and the status of key ongoing initiatives. Now, most of the times when we are moving in this country, you hit a bump or so many humps or anything with the road, you look at the Ministry of Works and Transport. But with me, I have Alan Sempebwa, who is the Senior Communications Officer with me. Good morning, Alan.
Morning, Robert. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you been?
Not bad, here and there, but managing.
Managing.
Yes. How are you doing here?
Well, we are fine. Not bad.
It's been long.
Sailing through.
Sailing through.
Yes, sailing through.
You're managing.
Sailing through.
Yes, good.
But of course, you know the waters. The good thing is now we've extended boundaries of waters. And we are looking for the Indian there. We are going in there.
We shall get there.
We shall get there. Now, Alan, to begin with, when we talk about the Ministry of Works and Transport, for a person viewing us, what is your mandate in relation to the national development plan, but also when you look at in development of this country, by and large, what is that specific mandate or mandates of the Ministry of Works and Transport?
All right. Thank you, Robert. And to thank our viewers, good morning to you all. And I appreciate this moment with you, but to interact with the viewers out there. The Ministry of Works and Transport has indeed a broad mandate. And as you may know, that all the other sectors of the economy actually survive on the realization of our mandate. So if we do not, it's as good as saying that all the other sectors will actually not be productive, because we are the lifeline, we are the engine of the other sectors of the economy as the Ministry of Works and Transport. So our mandate extends from just policy and regulation of the sector to do with infrastructure and other services, including services like on water, on rail, air, and on the road. So we provide that policy framework and direction, but also supervision of this greater mandate. And lately, with the merger of the Ugandan National Roads Authority into the Ministry of Works and Transport, the mandate even just grew bigger to include the National Roads Department, meaning that the ministry actually is extensively involved in the supervision of construction works in the country. So you will see us on site, you will see us supervising these contractors, and largely as well undertaking maintenance operations on our road network, especially the roads that are in a gravel condition. But even those that are paved, we also have routine measures to ensure that they are maintained in a safe, sound condition. Desilting, cleaning, slashing. So yes, the mandate actually has just grown bigger to include implementation, for example, development and construction, but also maintenance of the national road network. Yes. Away from that, you know that we're the mother ministry that takes over the other agencies. For example, the UCCA, Uganda Railways Corporation, and all of that is actually covered under our mandate to provide supervision, policy guidance by extension.
That's a very big ministry when we look at all those concerns, and you also extend to the waters.
Absolutely, that's why
the
Ministry of Works and Transport.
Now, that having been said, let's look at the key initiatives that are ongoing at the ministry.
Yes, by and large, does not take away the fact that we extend supervision, and our mandate extends to the other agencies of the industry that provide transport and infrastructure services to this country. But largely we have that we are actually undertaking right now. For instance, when you look at the road network, the national road network, where we have over 1,000 kilometers of national roads now under upgrading. Upgrading means construction or lifting from previously gravel standard, what we know as maram, to now bituminous or paved, or what we call tarmac in an easier understanding. So we have projects spread across the country, being upgraded from their previous gravel condition to now bituminous or paved standard. We also have maintenance of our road network, especially that network in a gravel or madam condition. For instance, we have about 23 satellite stations spread across the country that ensure maintenance of our road network. For example, right now, you will see them even more active and responsive as the rains continue to hit the country. Not that they are being responsive now, but they should be a proactive approach. So they've been doing the maintenance, only that now you see them much more on ground in trying to respond whenever we have weather shocks. For instance, in areas of the Rwenzori, the Yelgon, the Chigezi sub-region, our assurance to the public and the motorists using sections of that road network is you'll be seeing us on ground trying to intervene whenever we have a situation like this. Recently, last month, we had an occurrence of landslides in the Kapchora, the Sebei region, along the Kapchora Swam Road. We had multiple landslides affecting connectivity on that road. And you saw the team moving in. We have a station team in Ibari that moved in to ensure connectivity is guaranteed and that people can cross here, clearing the landslides. We've had the same in the Chigezi sub-region, the roads within the Bwindi tourism circuit area, and our teams have been there deployed, trying to clear the slides, to clear the sections that have been flooded. Yeah.
Well, that said, Alan, that is the road network.
Yes.
Let's look at other areas, that is in terms of motor vehicles. One would want to know, now that I have you, progress when it comes to the digital number plates as well. How far have you gone as a ministry? You know, we are very eager to know.
Yes. We are implementing the digital number plate registration scheme or system, whereby all road users will be required to have a new digital number plate. The purpose is to safeguard you on the road, guarantee your safety on the road. In case of criminality, this number plate should be able to support you, you know, especially to recovery of your vehicle, but to also enable us fight criminality on our highways and in the country at large. At the moment, we are dealing with the first-time registration when you're coming into the country or importing your vehicle, motor vehicle into the country. We are now requiring you to pay for first-time registration. And when you pay for first-time registration, you get a digital number plate. Okay? For us, the rest of us who still have the old plates may be wondering, when are we also transitioning to this regime? The good news is definitely you shall transit to the new regime of digital registration, digital number plate registration. At a time we shall announce to you, the public, because we are now dealing with first-time registration. As we get our teams, as we get the stations ready, because we want to be able to decentralize this exercise to be done even in the regional centers than on the borders alone. So very soon we will come back to you and let you know on when we will be rolling out this exercise to all the rest of us, the general public. Right now we're dealing with first-time registration, bring your vehicle into the country, and stolen plates. Yes, your vehicle, either you lost a number plate or it's been stolen. Yes, and it's doing very well. I want to encourage Ugandans to support this exercise.
Okay, now you said you're dealing with those that are just entering the country.
First-time registration.
But I've also seen some individuals who have cars, and this makes it tricky of late. In not a very bad condition, having now digital plates. Yet they are not first-time registration.
Yeah, and those are the unique cases I was talking about, of either lost a number plate, or damaged, or, I mean...
if I've driven my car for about 2 years, and now I know if I have on a digital plate, and I'm to say it may appear to a person who is not aware of what is happening, that is a first time car in Uganda. Can't I come to Ministry of Works and I just tell you, well, for me, I want to have a digital plate?
Yes, and like I told you, there's no problem. In fact, we are receiving applications, but we are yet to commence or roll out nationwide to cover you and I, who have older vehicles already in the country with older plates. Yeah, that will roll out. What we are now dealing with, working with the existing capacity and resources, is first-time registration. But also, should you have the number plate damaged or stolen, we will not let you be on the road when we can actually process you a number plate. So you apply and get.
Okay, thank you for that
for
clarification.
The rest of the general public, we'll roll out and we'll come back to you and announce.
Thank you for that clarification, because there's that now car dealers who have bonds and have had cars for a long time there, or you know, this butter thing, top up. You bring your top up now, that when a person tops up, this person just comes to you, gets a digital plate, panel beats the vehicle, now sells it like as if it's just coming. It's a first-time registration, and then people are fleeced in one way or the other.
That's on first-time registration. That first-time registration is actually having brought in your entry and received it. You immediately prepare it for registration, and you get a digital number plate.
How
if
far
it's already
with
been in the country, you will definitely apply under the other scheme. But we will come back to you and let you know, because we want to prepare ourselves, get more resources, staff, and also equip all the other stations. We have a plan to use the former stations that belong to the agency, UNRA, across the country, to have these services there, so that Ugandans can get a convenient service when we roll out.
Also update us regarding motor vehicle inspection.
Motor vehicle inspection, again, is another initiative by ministry and by extension government of Uganda to ensure, first of all, safety on our roads. You know that one of the factors that cause accidents on our highways are vehicles in a very poor mechanical condition. And this goes without saying that if your vehicle is in a very bad condition, you have no guarantee how safe you are on the road. But also, you cannot guarantee safety of the others. You may survive, but the others may actually not survive as a result of failure on your motor vehicle to operate or function smoothly while on the road. So government is saying, let's take initiative, check these vehicles, you know, establish the soundness of these vehicles. Should they be on the road? What are they missing? What are the gaps? So we'll be looking out for the general health and condition of your vehicle. For example, the braking system, the suspension system, the engine system. We'll look at the suspension system. We'll look at the light system. We have people who have installed those high-intensity lights, you know, that blur vision of the others while they're on the road. We'll be looking out for these areas on your motor vehicle, but also the general condition of the car. The exercise is rolling out first with Government of Uganda fleets, and we've been categorical that we want to check within ourselves, are we set? You know, so we would like to start with the Government of Uganda fleet, and after that we will expand to the public service vans, for example, buses, taxis, and thereafter we'll come to you, Robert, and myself.
Now, to the Uganda, what is the benefit of this, Alan? Because it may seem obvious, but sometimes when we don't explain to the public the intentions of these things, then we find unnecessary resistance, lack of compliance. One would ask, some will even say, this has ever tried to kick off. When I'm moving, I see some areas around Entebbe. Is it Namulanda?
Yes,
somewhere there. There is also, is it around Bombo Road? I think it has ever, Kawanda there. I've seen some of these centers. And they seem, Namave humbly, having been abandoned. Now, what is the aim of this thing? Why should we even have this inconvenience?
Yes, Robert, it's not an inconvenience.
Because for the plates, I would say for security purposes. Why do you want to get from us money again? I've paid tax for my car coming in. I have paid again various licenses. Now again you're telling me inspection. Why?
Robert, you may have had cases or reports from the traffic police because they do carry out enforcement, but also are responsible for traffic management in this country. But you may have had reports that a vehicle has lost control, or the driver failed to brake as a result of the braking system, or the vehicle simply veered off the road without any distraction, and the driver was speeding, lost control, was unable to brake, and alas, is an accident. So we are saying that other than waiting for such incidents that are a disaster on our highways that lead to loss of lives, why don't we check our vehicles? Why don't we ascertain the condition of these vehicles? Okay, and this is where you do regular maintenance. I will ask you, Robert, again, why do you maintain and service your vehicle? Maybe I should ask you that question also.
For it to perform to its best, because in case I don't want to have breakdowns along the way, but also for longevity, I have to service it to ensure that I don't damage. You know, so for maximum performance, let me use that.
And safety on the road.
And safety on the road as well.
So now we know that if we do not compel you to do that, not so many have a culture or behavior of looking out for the safety of their vehicles. And yet they operate on the same roads. So government will not put its hands in the air and say we've surrendered to this situation. Or after all, Robert and a few others can afford to maintain their vehicles without being compelled. So what if you don't? And this is where we continue to see cases of cars failing to brake, cars failing to perform on the road. Why? Because we know that as Ugandans, we may not actually have the capacity to do the inspection. So we are saying let's compel. The government is taking responsibility, and the government should actually take responsibility of everything that actually happens in this country for safety and security of its people. So, and this is why this initiative is here, to ensure that we have maximum safety on our highways. And one of the things we also are looking for are the exhaust emissions, those very bad gases that actually come out of our vehicles. So we'll also be checking for those exhaust emissions and see how is your vehicle performing in that area, so that we can control this poisonous pollution that goes to our air and the air we actually breathe. So it is actually those are one of the reasons why this initiative is here. And Uganda is not the only country doing it. This has been benchmarked elsewhere in other countries and even developed nations. So we are not reinventing the wheel. We're only taking up an initiative that we believe will go a long way in mitigating the risk of accidents on our highways.
Well, we are still discussing the mandate of Ministry of Works and Transport. I have to go for a break, but before I go for a break, a representative of the people in Natete has sent me a message here and says, Chirabo, tell Alan that the road around Natete gets worse every day. I saw they were doing some repair. I think they put a box culvert, something like that. But it is still a menace, according to my viewer there. Briefly, before you go for the break.
I think you could be referring, if he's seen some works, there's works cases that is under the jurisdiction of the Kampala Capital City Authority. That is Natete towards Bwaise, rather towards Busega.
Busega, yes.
Don't know how much intervention is being done right now, but I know that KCCA has a plan to intervene in that section.
Maybe for the benefit of our show, of this very show, what roads are under Ministry of Works? What roads are under municipalities, KCCA? Brief, so that we don't keep on getting messages of areas that are not part of the Ministry of Works' mandate.
Yeah, the ministry, largely has the oversight role of supervision of works on our highways and everywhere on the roads. However, they have a unique jurisdiction that they actively supervise, or undertake to supervise and maintain and build and rehabilitate. That network consists of those highways, the roads that connect us from one district to another. Or if they are Maram roads, those are Maram roads that actually will connect you onto the main highways. So we have that jurisdiction, but also the local governments, municipalities and cities have also been given, under the decentralization effect, they've been given room to supervise, to undertake works on different roads within their jurisdiction. So the ministry comes in to build and maintain these larger corridors that connect us to, from district to another district. Yes, and that is why you see in Kampala we have the Kampala Northern Bypass under our contract mandate, but the city roads belong to the Capital City Authority. So the cities and municipalities have a leverage over a network, which they also must supervise and have mandate over. where the ministry also undertakes to manage those bigger highways that connect us from one district to another. And like for example, outside from Kampala onto the other highways, we have those that network under our jurisdiction. Yeah, so there is a decentralization of mandates that allows the ministry, the city, and the municipalities, the divisions to control this road network for finer and better management.
Okay, now that was said, the roads that are under the Ministry of Works and Transport and those under KCCA, you can get that very well. And in the various municipalities there, allow us here, go for a short break, we return.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. It is the Extra. I'm Robert Chirawo Nyonyitono, and we are looking at the mandate of the Ministry of Works and Transport and ongoing initiatives. Now I'm with the Senior Communications Officer Alan Sempewa. Now Alan, we have discussed the roads. Let's look at another critical issue when it comes to the roads, where I'm interested also to know. Usually there is what we call the compensation that is done for people where a project is going to pass. And sometimes titles are taken. And at times people wonder, when will they ever be back You know, are they to be back even and all that? So I'm interested to know a bit of the compensation and also the returning of these titles. Yes.
Thank you very much. Again, when we come to you, Robert, and inform you that we're going to construct a road in your area, we know, you know very well that this is your land and the government does not own this property. So government should undertake to value and compensate you for that property, because land belongs to the people, and government, unless whether it has bought land, that land actually must be compensated before a project can be undertaken. So we take your title to start the subdivision and valuation exercise, and once that is done, we also now undertake to compensate you as fairly as possible. Now, we've had delays now in the return of your title. After taking off ours, the portion that will, you know, will be the right of way for the road. We take it off after the subdivision exercise, but then we retain people's titles because the process is a bit lengthy, and therefore we've had to hold people's titles for a long time. So recently, and the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Amala, has been very focal on this exercise to ensure that those whose titles are still held in our custody, as you may have known even when UNRWA was still in existence, must be returned to their owners. So that, because these are titles of security. Yes. I mean, these are properties, and people should have them so that they can proceed with their own transactions on their land. For some to get loans, you know, it is collateral security. So we are now undertaking to ensure that all these projects that have been completed and titles still in our custody must be returned as soon as possible. So we've already commenced the exercise, and we started with the Mukono Katosi last month. We went on the Kampala Northern Bypass, and then we went on to the Kampala Entebbe Expressway, and we'll be continuing with other road projects, ensuring that if we still have your title, we are able to hand it back to you. And first of all, we are deeply sorry, and we've taken in that. We know that we have delayed with these titles, and people must actually have them as soon as they are ready. And for those, again, we are calling on those that we have those whose titles were taken but missing some documentation to enable us to actually process or commence the subdivision exercise. So if you're on those projects, Mukono Katosi, Kampala Northern Bypass, Kampala Entebbe Expressway, we've already called on you to come, check on the status of your title, and if it's ready, you'll be given back your title. If it's not and you have missing document, we've actually asked the affected persons to hand in missing documentation so we can actually commence the subdivision exercise. So that's what we are doing. Okay, now also when we talk about compensation, who gets this compensation? Explain properly. Okay. We have people who have the titles, and legally they are the owners, but there were squatters on or tenants on this. No, tenants are paying, but Bibanja owners, to be very clear, own this land. Now trouble is the Bibanja owners are saying, but this is my brother, is going to be destroyed. The landlord is saying no, but this is my land. Alan, how does Ministry of Works and Transport go over that situation? You all have security on the land, either by title or by Chibanja holding. So all of you actually, we undertake, there's a percentage. Obviously, much more percentage of compensation goes to the one with the title holder, but the Chibanja holder is as well is entitled to compensation because they have security of staying or occupation on this property. So when we come, we cannot actually disenfranchise them and simply, you know, send them off the road because we need to do a project or because it was on their property, but they have been there. So we undertake to compensate both parties, only that the percentage of compensation varies. Okay, then that is clear. Now let's look at the current developments on national roads. And of course, we know some even works are totally stagnated. Yes. Have we seen resumption of this work? What is the situation like? We are eager to know Fabe Masaka. We want to know our road. Everyone wants to hear from you. Yes. You may have definitely been familiar with the situation on our national road network, where different projects had stalled as a result of limited cash flow. Until recently, just moments back, rather a few months back, government did commit to fully pay up its obligations or the outstanding debt that the government had with these contractors. And this, therefore, should now transit into resumption of works. So what assurance I can give you right now is you're going to see resumption of works on different projects across our country, including the familiar ones that you know, Natete Nakauka, Busabala Najana Nkumbi, Kirakasanga Timatuga, Busega Mpiji Expressway, Rinkunya Patch in the Lango sub-region, Namagumba Budadiri in the eastern region. So in other words, you're going to be seeing activity. Not that these projects had been abandoned. There was a...
Though some looked so.
They looked, indeed, they seemed abandoned.
We're no longer seeing any contractor.
So that was a gap that we actually had. But the contractors did not pull off the sites. In fact, if you go there, you'll notice that the contractors established their camp and offices, and with several equipment, units of equipment in those camps. So take it from me that these people did not leave site. And whenever we've had bottlenecks or small connectivity constraints on these roads, we've actually been summoning them and instructing them to move in and maintain and make the road motorable.
I was in Mubende and...
thank you, Mubende Mitiana. But now you know, maybe for your information, the contractor on Mitiana Mubende is also now is now on site.
Okay.
Undertaking some really at a slow pace and productivity, but we expect resources very, very soon, before the end of this year, and you will see faster productivity on all these sites across the country. And we're doing this even for the roads under maintenance. In fact, for those ones, we've already engaged the contractors, the road maintenance contractors, and I've told them to move in as we process the payment. Because we cannot afford to have people cut off from connectivity. I told you roads are a lifeline. Over 90% of traffic uses the road network. So we cannot afford to have a blackout or a cut-off on our road network. And that's why you see whenever we have a situation, we move in very quickly to restore connectivity. Sometimes we have alternatives, which can be longer though. So we must ensure that we do not burden you with a longer alternative, but we work quickly to restore that section. Right now we have a situation along the Gulu Highway between Karuma and Kamdin, where we have a road network, the other part of the road section damaged, and we've actually cut off traffic and diverted traffic to use the Orio and Naka to Gulu and back. But we are quickly working out a diversion along the damaged section, and by the end of this week we should be done with the diversion, and the vehicles should be able to use the diversion as we work to restore the damaged section.
Now,
places like Katonga, for example, I wanted to give you that vivid example. You know that whenever it flooded and around the festive season, Katonga would be, and Rueda would be cut off, and you would have to use the longer Sembabule Villa Maria, Mpiji Canoni. So government has now put up a bigger bridge structure at Katonga. Road as well is going to be lifted. The profile of that road is going to be lifted with bigger drainage systems, so that whichever flooding we can actually have cannot interrupt traffic flow.
Okay.
And the structures have been designed to last for over 100 years.
Well, I saw some works happening.
At Katonga.
Some was being driven.
The girders, girders, and are going to be fitted. They are going to be fitted onto the bridge abutments or bridge piers, and that will form up our structure that will now have a pavement or carriageway where you will be cruising, and you will forget about the experience that you had in the previous years.
Well, we can't wait, but work is in progress, that we must say. Now, a friend of mine also, actually, this is one of my neighbors in the islands there watching, in Wusi. He says, Robert, please also talk about water. How far did they forget us in Ibusi? You see, Ibusi is also another funny island. I go there, but they don't, would I call it water? They pass like through a swamp.
Yes.
And I don't think, I don't know, but government, You have the boats. Anyway, let's talk also on water transport.
Yes.
The initiatives that government has put in.
Yes. For instance, we already have 12 water vessels on different water bodies: Lake Albert, Choga, River Nile, Lake Victoria, and this can only be boosted. Actually, even Lake Bunyonyi, we are putting up 2 vessels. It was a dangerous crossing along the Lake Bunyonyi waters, so government is providing 2 ferries, and this will be free of charge. So we are only working on boosting connectivity on the water channels as well. Where we have limited, we're actually putting in more. I know that to Busi, we are going to make provision. I know we're going to make provision for, well, we've made provision already to Chamuswa County and the Kalanga land. So we'll be making and boosting this network as we go along and as resources come in. Government has committed to ensure that we are able to connect the population on islands onto the mainland, so that we can boost prosperity through connectivity.
I love prosperity through connectivity, because the truth is, yes, mobility is very much so connected to prosperity. Because if you can't move, if you're taking animals, if you're going for work, anything, you need movement, and that is very critical. Now, we can talk about so much, of course, but still the road network is another significant area. Alan, when we look at up-country roads, you see, in terms of connectivity, we would say a number of them have been worked on. And I must appreciate government for that, that Uganda is connected border to border. But let's look at this issue, very common, which is maintenance. You see, roads are worked on, are constructed in Uganda. But the problem is maintenance, where a small ditch happens in the road, and it takes maybe the cows to return home for that to be worked on. Now the next is it goes on expanding, and by the time it's worked on, it's either total overhaul or it costs so much. What is the problem with maintaining our roads? Why do we take so long to maintain them until they have really gone to the dogs at a certain point? And then that is where we come in. The budget is very expensive. What is going to be needed? Is the unit not functional or what?
So I think you're spot on that we should not let our road network deteriorate until it's become impossible for, first of all, connectivity, but also expensive for us to rehabilitate and maintain. So what we are doing now, we have within the ministry created a small functional unit called the in-house construction unit. And its mandate now is to ensure that should we have a situation or a bottleneck or a pothole developing along our major highways, we move in as fast as possible before it deteriorates to either become like a crisis or even lead to accidents or cut off connectivity. We've seen this unit already at the beginning of this year. The unit was on Gayazakalaji Road, fixing all and alleviating all those bottlenecks and constraints along that section. And I think you may remember the situation that we had on Gayazakalaji is not the same that we have at the moment. Secondly, we deployed the unit to work along Kampala-Jinja Highway, and they're still there even to date. They have alleviated all those travel constraints within the Mabira section. You remember. So now actually the other challenge we have is now us cruising so fast as motorists that we have to be careful, because that will lead to crashes. But yeah, we're now trying to manage and fix all those bottlenecks along the Jinja Highway, in Mbiko, around in Mbarara, and back to Mukono. So the situation has actually greatly improved. We have now deployed the unit to go and work on the Chenjojo Road. If you may have heard from feedback from road users, it was considered the worst highway in this country. So, but the unit has been deployed to also fix bottlenecks, and the situation has greatly improved. So our mission, therefore, is to use this unit because for it you do not take so much resources. It's already, the resources are already there. They already have the equipment. They have the staff. So we can quickly call on them without going into the deeper procurement exercise. To call on them and then deploy them on site to fix and address these bottlenecks that are developing on our national roads. So in summary, we've declared a no pothole campaign in the ministry, and we're supported by this unit to manage development on our road network, especially those that could constrain connectivity on these highways. Yeah, so that's the assurance I can give you, but it's not just an assurance. We've already seen it work. It's been tested already on the highways I've shared with you, along Zakalaji, along the Kampala Jinja Highway, and now along the Mubende Chegegwa road section.
Alan, finally, as we move out of the studios, it is a rainy season.
Oh, yes.
And anything can happen anytime, mostly regarding some of our roads. Now, any advisory for specific areas or something like that?
Just before this month, the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Mala, issued a statement warning citizens of the ongoing heavy rains in the country. And by the way, these are not only affecting Uganda, they are elsewhere. So it's a global phenomenon. You may have seen the developments in Jamaica, the hurricane Melissa, and the effects it had on the population there. So these weather shocks are not only unique to Uganda, or do they only happen in Uganda, but elsewhere. And we know that when they happen, they come with devastating consequences or disasters on our road network. Not to mention loss of property and lives for some people. So, and the roads infrastructure are also deeply affected. So it's incumbent on us as government to alert the citizens, to be aware, to be reminded. Some may not be following the weather patterns, but to be reminded to look out for these developments and also take safety precautions. For instance, when a section has been flooded, we are asking motorists to desist from crossing those flooded sections, because what could happen could be crashes, could be accidents, and people lose their property and lives. We had a situation last year when a taxi was dropped in the waters at Tangi Junction along the Orio Pakwachi Road, and some lives were lost, and it took us up to about some time to rescue this taxi and the other occupants. Up to the evening, we were still working out an arrangement to rescue them. So we are saying, when such a situation is visible, please do not cross these flooded sections. Take precaution, hold on until the water levels subside. And as government, because as you know, this is not a situation we can simply say we can avert in the interim, but ours is to respond as quickly as possible. So we let the water levels go down, and if there is any damage on the infrastructure on the road, the assurance we give you is we'll move in and restore connectivity. That's what we will be doing.
Okay, but there's also this issue of concern briefly when it comes to humps. Well, some are very unfriendly, but also to some the markings have faded away. So as you come, you just enjoy the discomfort. If you're tall like me and your headroom of the vehicle, then you'll also have a feel of that.
By the way, it's counterproductive to build a road and then litter it with humps. We also that's not a situation we also want to supervise.
Shocks are getting spoiled every day.
Absolutely. So we do not wish to litter our highways, because the very essence of upgrading a road from the previous condition is so that you can have smooth flow, but also reduce the time you spend on the road. So these ones can actually limit your time, the time you spend on the road, and probably you have longer journeys. So, but what we're doing now is we're doing a monitoring of all these highways and looking at the design of these humps, the ones that are already there, and we'll be undertaking changes where necessary. But we also know that in some areas we've been compelled because of our driver habits. We absolutely shouldn't be putting these humps on these highways, but we have had calls from the public that this is a dangerous section, it's a black spot. We've had lives lost in this section and crashes occur in this section. Please come to our rescue. Now, it's a catch-22 now. Should you leave people to die, or should you undertake to control speeds in that area? So what we do before we do the heavy humps, at least we put speed calming measures. There are those rumble strips. the smoother ones. But in some areas we are compelled to put some humps so that we can control, because when you're on the road, you forget about the fact that this is a shared space, that there are other people using this road, and there are other road users. You want to cruise uninterrupted, but you know there are other road users. There could be distractions. There could be dog crossing. I mean, in town areas, actually we put humps in our designs. At least we should put humps in town areas where the population intersects, so that we control speeding motorists. So yes, but nonetheless, we are internally doing a review on all our highways to try and mitigate this pandemic, like I would call it.
Well, Alan, I want to thank you so much for your time, and above all, our viewers, thank you very much for being with us all the way from 6:30 when I, Joan, and Julie kick-started your morning up to now. We come to the end of the extra, but of course more programming is coming your way, and please keep it on UBC TV. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been